Good. Now let's talk about our duties. What shall we do? What have we got to do every day? Tell me about your duties. Yes, please.
I have to pray 5 times.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Other duties, yeah.
I have to brush my teeth.
I have to brush my teeth. Thank you.
I have to eat healthy food.
I have to eat a healthy food. Thank you.
I have to tidy up my room.
Good. Thank you very much. Now listen. All the sentences express what? Present or future. Okay? They express present or future. Now, if I want to talk about necessity or duties in the past, what shall I say? I want to talk what about I had to do yesterday. Yes.
I had
Yesterday.
Yesterday I had to study.
I had to study. Good. Thank you. Yes.
Yesterday I had to visit my grandma.
I had to visit. Thank you. Good. Yes.
Yesterday
I had to clean up my room. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yesterday I had to read Quran.
Good. Thank you. I had to recite the Quran. Yes, please.
Yesterday I had to help my mother.
Thank you very much. Now, when I say I have to, have got to, I must study tonight. Tonight, this expresses what? Future. So, they are used to express present or future. Now, what about the past? If I want to express past necessity or I want to talk about my duties in the past. Yesterday, I had to study. I had to go shopping yesterday. Okay? Yesterday, I had to go shopping. There was nothing at home. So, I went shopping. I had to go. I had to go shopping. Look, I had to study last night. Had to is the past form of what? Of must. Yes. And there is no other form when must expresses necessity. It is the only form. And also it is the past form of what? Have to. So, we say I had to visit, I had to clean, I had to study, and so on to express a necessity in the past. Now look at this exercise. Would you read the introduction? Sorry, this is for her. She started. Yeah, we are coming to you later.
It's the sentence that speaker B might say in response to speaker A. Speaker A, the meeting starts in an hour. We have plenty of time. Speaker
Just
B,
a minute. The meeting starts in an hour. We have plenty of time. Now you start your lectures at 8 o'clock. It is 7 o'clock now. It is 7 o'clock now. Now imagine, I'd like you to live the situation. What shall somebody calls you your friend, okay? What shall she, when you say we have, our lecture starts at 8 and it is 7 now.
Yes.
What shall you say? Yeah.
you don't have to hurry or you don't need to hurry.
Okay, what about we must not hurry? You mustn't hurry. This is must not, okay? What about that? Do you think it is a good expression, a good sentence to say in this situation? No. Thank you. And what about we don't have to hurry? Good. Yes, or
we don't need to hurry.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, say. What do you want to say?
Mean that it's not necessary to do.
Very good. It is not necessary or it is not very necessary to do. Now, do you think we don't have to means we don't need to?
Yeah.
Okay. They have almost the same meaning. And must is not used here because, must expresses a strong necessity or obligation. Okay? Now, have to and must in the negative. We use them in the positive to express obligation. How can we express them in the negative? Now, again, it is 7 o'clock. Your lecture starts at 8. What shall you say? Now, you are leaving in a hurry. Your mom says,
you don't have to hurry.
You don't have to hurry. That's right. You don't have. Still, there is a plenty of time. Okay? You can go. You can take your time and go carefully to your lecture. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to hurry.
Yes.
Again, Yeah. Now, look. Tomorrow, yes, would you read, Yasmin?
Tomorrow is a holiday. We don't have to go to class.
We don't have to go to class. It is something normal. Tomorrow is a holiday. You don't have to come to the university. It's our weekend tomorrow, right? So you don't have to come to the university. Okay. It means you don't need to. You don't have to means you don't need to. Now, again, another sentence. Read it, please.
You don't have to shout.
Yes, you don't have to shout. You don't have to shout. Again, now the negative, when used in the negative, must and have to have what?
Different meanings.
They have different meanings. We said have to and must, when used in the positive, they express almost the same meanings. Though must can be a little stronger. But in the negative,
They don't have
they have different meanings. They have different meanings. Now, look at we don't have to. Have to is the negative of have of don't have to is the negative of have to. What do you understand? Tomorrow there is a holiday. You don't have to come. What does it mean you don't have to come? You
Don't need to.
you don't need to come. Good. You don't need to come. Now, does it express a strong necessity or obligation?
No.
Now, thank you. Now look, lack of necessity may be expressed by what? You needn't. Now you needn't. You needn't shout. Look, needn't here is treated as the auxiliary, right? Now it accepted, not is added to need. Need here it is treated as an auxiliary verb. You know auxiliary verbs can count, but go, a lexical verb doesn't accept the not, right? So it accepted the not, and this is accepted in British English. What does it mean? You needn't shout.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. Very good. You don't have to shout. You don't have to shout. You needn't worry.
You don't have to worry.
You don't have to worry. Thank you. Now, so, don't have to means needed to, or need not to, sorry, need not to. What about mustn't? What about mustn't? We said that in the negative, they have different meanings. They have different meanings. I told you a secret. You mustn't tell anyone about that. You mustn't tell. You mustn't tell her. What do you understand? Is it allowed for her?
No.
No. Yes.
It's not allowed for her.
It is not allowed. It is forbidden. It is forbidden. So, mustn't in the negative means what? Prohibition. Or something is forbidden. I forbid it. I forbid you to do that. You are not allowed to do that. Again, look. You must read the example, please.
You must not tell anyone my secret. Do you promise?
Do you promise? Yeah. Now, mustn't tell means what?
Prohibition.
Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Now, this means again.
Don't tell anyone my secret. I forbid it. Or telling anyone my secret
Is prohibited. Okay. I forbid you. It is completely forbidden. Now, the negative contraction must not, we write it what?
Mustn't.
And you know the first T is?
Silent.
Silent. Good. Now, so we can express prohibition in other ways, okay? You know, must expresses a strong necessity or obligation, and it is not necessary always in all situations. So, if I want to express prohibition, I can use some other auxiliaries, or I can use some other ways. For example, don't eat in the class. Don't leave. Don't go out. This is what? This is imperative. Orders. I'm giving orders, okay? This is imperative, okay? Don't go. Don't leave. Don't eat. Don't talk in the class. don't tell anyone my secret. Does it express a prohibition? Yes,
Yes.
it
Yes.
does. But it is,
Strong.
not as strong as mustn't. Okay. Now, you can't tell anyone. You can't tell. I forbid you also. You can't tell. And you'd better not tell. So, what do you understand? Must, have to. Who can make a summary of what we said? Yeah, who can summarize? Yeah. In the negative, yes, Khadija.
There is some other models as don't and can't and you'd better not. It's express prohibition but it's not as the strong as mustn't.
Good, thank you. Because mustn't expresses a strong necessity or obligation. Okay, mustn't also expresses a prohibition, strong prohibition. It is not always suitable in all the situations. We can use other models. For example, you can use the imperative to express prohibition. And what about had to? Had to. Yeah.
It's the past of have to,
Okay.
must, and need to.
Okay, thank you. And what about the negative of have to? You don't have to. You don't have to. What's the difference between you don't have to and you mustn't? Yes, please.
You mustn't. It's forbidden to do that, but you don't have to. It is not. You don't need to do.
You don't need. Thank you very much. Good. Now look at this exercise. Complete the sentences with what? Must, mustn't, or do, doesn't have to do. Okay. Now number one. What do you think?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, please.
In order to be a good sales clerk, you mustn't be rude to customers.
Thank you. Why? You are right. But why? Okay. Can you explain it? Why did you choose it? It is what? Yeah, customers are very important. If we have customers, we have business. Otherwise, no business without customers, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, please.
You don't have to, me to Dr. Sherry, we have already.
Now, we have already met. It means we know each other, right?
Yes.
So if we know each other, is it needed to be introduced?
No.
We don't need. So you don't
Have to.
have to. Good. Thank you. What about, yes, next one.
A person doesn't have to become rich and famous in order to live a successful life.
Very good. Thank you. Can you explain that?
Yes, we use the doesn't because a person as a singular. And it is
Yes, a lot of persons are successful, but they are not rich and not famous, right?
yes.
Good. Thank you. Yes, please. Next one.
If you encounter a growling dog, you mustn't throw anything of fear. If a dog senses fear, it is more likely to attack a person.
So, mustn't. You are right. Good. But why did you choose this answer? Can you explain it?
Because it's
Yeah.
necessary.
Okay, there is no other option. In this case, the dog, if the dog senses, smells, knows that you are afraid, surely it will attack you. No other options. So you mustn't chop. You mustn't chop. Good. Yes, you want to ask? You want to ask? Number 5 for you. Just wait.
Number 6.
Number 6. Good. Yes, go on.
I don't have go to the doctor. I'm feeling much better.
I don't have. Okay, thank you. I don't have
Don't need to go
to go to the doctor. I don't need. Thank you. Number 7. Number 7. Yes, please.
We don't have to go to the concert if you don't
To the concert. Yes, we don't.
want to, but it must be good.
Okay, thank you. We don't need. And finally, yes, please.
A person doesn't have to get married in order to lead a happy and fulfilling life.
Thank you very much. Any question on this exercise?
No.
This is another exercise. This is another exercise. Let's discuss it together. Who wants to read the introduction? Yes, Dua.
Read the situations. What advice would you give Amir?
Okay, now what advice would you give Amir, okay, or Amir, okay? What advice would you give? Yes, go on.
Situation, Amir has a bad toothache.
Okay, he has a bad toothache. He has a bad toothache. What do you think? Which situation, which advice is suitable for him? Number one.
He should see a dentist immediately. Yes.
It's
Do you
acceptable.
think this is a good advice?
Yes.
Thank you. Next one. Yes, please.
He should wait and see if the pain goes away. No, it's not a good advice.
What do you think? If it is not a severe pain, you should wait.
Yes.
Why not? Okay?
But he says good
But
is
it's
bad.
Yes, again.
What?
So,
I think this is not a good
He
advice.
says a bad toothache.
he should, okay, wait and see if the pain goes away. So it is possible.
No.
It is possible. He should wait and see.
But he has a bad
Okay, even some. Even if he has a bad. Okay? It is possible. If it is possible, this is, we understand. Now what about number 3? Yes, please.
He should call an ambulance. No.
No need for the ambulance, okay? Good. What about 4? Yes, please.
He should put an ice pack in his cheek too.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, some people, because ice
To
will reduce pain
reduce,
or may reduce pain. Good, thank you. Yes, please.
He should take some pain medicine.
True.
Do you think you should take medicines without
Yeah.
the doctor?
No.
The doctor should, okay, give you the medicine. Don't take medicines yourself. Okay, and finally, Najwa.
Give you instruction.
Yes.
He should get his cousin to pull the tooth right away. It's true.
True. This is true if his cousin is a dentist. Okay? If his cousin is a dentist, it is true. Right.
Cousin is a
If, in case only if his cousin is a dentist, he can, okay, get his cousin to pull the teeth, the tooth, okay? Now, look, advisability. Now we use should, okay, ought to, and had better to give what? To give advice. How can we use them? What's the difference between them? Now, when I say you should come early, you ought to come early. You should come early. You ought to come early. What do you think? Now,
Advice.
somebody, she says that the teacher is angry at me. Why? Because I always arrive late. My advice to you is to come early. You should come early. Or you ought to come early. This is, I suggest. I suggest something to what? I suggest, yeah, you come early to solve this problem with the teacher, right? So, you know, it means here, you should come, you ought to come. It means I advise you. This is my advice to you, okay? Now look at this situation. When we say you should study harder, and you ought to study harder, they mean what?
This is a good idea.
It is a good idea. It is a good idea. This is my advice. I advise to you. Now, you are coming to the university with a taxi. The taxi driver is driving too fast. You became worried and afraid. And you said, hey, driver, you should drive slowly. You should be careful, or you ought to be careful.
Yes.
What do you think? Is it now advice in this situation? No. Okay, it is not advice. That's right. What do you understand?
Important.
Yeah.
It's an important responsibility.
Okay, it is important. It is your responsibility. It is your duty or responsibility. Okay? It is your duty or responsibility to abide with the traffic rules, not to drive fast. So now should study, should do, and ought to do. The meaning ranges. It starts from making what? A suggestion. You suggest something, and it may be stronger. Now, in the first sentence, this is a good idea. I advise you. I suggest something for you. But when you say, you need to tell the driver, hey, you should drive careful. You should be slower. You ought to. This is what? You are reminding him of his responsibilities. You are responsible. If something happens, you will be responsible. Okay? So the meaning here is what? Stronger. The meaning is stronger. So the meaning of should and ought to ranges from what? To a duty. It is the same meaning. It can start with a simple suggestion. Okay, giving advice, expressing that this is a good idea, to expressing the duties or responsibility. This is your responsibility, and it is important thing to do. It is important thing to do. Read this sentence, please. Yeah.
You shouldn't have your keys in the car.
You shouldn't leave your keys in the car.
Negative.
Okay, go on. Shouldn't. That's right. Now you shouldn't leave your keys in the car. Now you should study harder. This is advice, right? We can use the negative form. You left your house. You close the door. Should you leave the keys in the door? No, you shouldn't leave. You shouldn't leave the keys in the door. Yeah, go on, please, read. The T. Yeah.
The T is often hard to hear in regards to spoken English.
Yeah, T, fine. You shouldn't go. You shouldn't go. Shouldn't do. Okay.
I ought to study tonight, but I think I'll watch TV instead. Native speakers often pronounce ought to as ought in informal speech. Ought to is not commonly used in the negative if the to is sometimes dropped. You ought not to leave your keys in the car.
Thank you. Now, in the positive, we use should. You should study. You should do. You should come. Okay, you ought to. But in the negative, should is more common. Okay? Ought to is not commonly used in the negative. And when used in the negative,
Drop to.
yeah, to is a drop. You ought not leave. You ought not leave. But again, it is not very common. Now, the gas tank is almost empty. Is almost empty. Gas means petrol. Okay, for the car. Gas, petrol for the car, okay? Now, you had better stop at the next station. You had better. What do you understand from you had better? Now, we talked about should, okay? And ought to. Do you think should or ought to is suitable in this sentence? No. You had better stop.
Stronger than.
It is stronger. That's right. Thank you very much. You had better. And you know, if you don't stop, something bad will happen. Okay? The car won't go. The car won't go. Now, she has a deep cut in her hand, and it is bleeding. It is bleeding. You say what?
You had
You had better go to the hospital. You had better. If you don't go, things will be bad. You will have bad, awful consequences. So again, now look. You had better stop means. Means
if we don't stop at a service station, there will be a bad result. We will run out of gas.
very good. We will run out of gas. Thank you. Now in Arabic, run out. What does it mean? I want one speaker.
Yes, teacher.
One speaker. Yes.
لا ينفد.
Just a minute. She's speaking. ينفد أم ينفد؟
ينفد بالذات.
ينفد. ينفد. Okay. Yeah. ينفد, not ينفد. ينفد to pass. Okay. Now again, there will be a bad result. So you had better go. You had better stop. If you don't go, there will be a bad result. The car won't walk. Yeah, go on, please. Complete.
You had better take care of that cut on your hand soon, or it will get infected.
Yeah, you had better take care. If you don't take care, it will get what? Infected. Something bad again will happen. Yes, go on, please read.
It means have better is close to should and ought to, but have better is usually stronger.
That's right. It is stronger. It is a clause. It expresses what? Advisability. Okay? And expresses also what? Strong. Yeah, sometimes. Yes, warning. You are warning someone as if. Go on, please.
Often had better implies a warning or a threat of possible bad consequences.
Yes. Possible bad consequences. Something bad will happen. Okay? You had better study. If you had better study, it means if you don't study, you won't pass. Okay?
Yes.
But you should study. I'm giving advice. Okay? I'm giving advice. I suggest something good. Now, notes. Read the notes, please.
Notes on the use of had better. It has a present or future meaning.
Okay, like would and could. Would you close the door? Could you, bring me? It is, present or future.
It is followed by the simple form of a verb.
You'd better go, you'd better study, you'd better see. Go on.
It's more common in speaking than writing.
So it is informal. Okay? Yes. It is more informal than the others. It is more informal than the others. Now, must. Should. 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 Ought. To. And what?
Had better.
Had better. Okay. And had better. Now tell me, what about, what do you know about them? Can you make a summary? Who wants to talk about them? Who wants? Yes, please.
Yes, all these words use about advice, but then other stronger than advice should use has better is the most stronger than other, and then should ought to also in advice.
Thank you. This is in the negative. This is more common. Should, shouldn't is more common than. Okay. And had better is what? It is the strongest, but it is what? Informal. It is informal. Would you like to add something? That's all. Thank you. Now get ready. Read this one, please.
You'd better take care of it.
This is contraction, small form. You'd better take. Go on.
You better take care of
you
it.
better. Now look. You'd better. You better. Again. What? Where is the had? This is in speaking. People usually in speaking try to speak in an easy and a fast way. Okay? So they drop had. This is in speech. We said had better is used in spoken language.
Yes.
Right? More than in writing.
Yes.
So in spoken, even had is dropped. Yes, go on.
You'd better not be late. Negative form had better plus not.
Thank you. So it can be also used in the negative. Look at this exercise. Complete the dialogues with your own words. Use should, ought to, or had better to. Number one. Would you read, please? Read it.
The shoes I bought last week
Yes. Yeah, don't fit. You
should return it.
You should return it. Thank you. You should return it. Good. Next one. Yes, please. Read it.
Have you gotten your airplane ticket? No, not yet. The flights fill up fast. Near the holidays, you must take one.
Very good. This is a stronger
You had
definition,
better.
okay? But must is not mentioned here. So what shall I use?
You had
Instead
better.
of must, you had better. You had better. And remember, this is a dialogue, right? This is a spoken language, okay? So we say you had better. You had better. Stronger. We want stronger necessity or obligation or advisability. Next one.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's my class starts in in 5 minutes. I wasn't watching the time. You should go to the class now.
Thank you.
You should hurry up.
You should hurry up. Oh.
Yes.
Next one, number 4.
I don't understand what he means.
What's this word? Who can read it? Who knows this word? Go on.
You should see a doctor.
You should see a doctor.
You should drink.
You should have some water. Thank you. Thank you. Next one, number 5. Number 5. Yes, Amin, read it.
I bought these organic apples, and all of them are rotten inside. You should return them.
You should return them. Thank you.
I
should
Or buy others. If you have much money, buy others. And if you don't have much money, you should return. Good. Now look at the exercise again. Read the introduction, please.
Which sentence in each pair is stronger?
Yeah, which one is stronger? Yeah.
Discuss situation in which a speaker might say these sentences.
What is the situation in which, each sentence can be said? Yeah, will you start? Number 1.
You should go to a doctor. You had better go to a doctor.
Which is stronger?
The first when his pain is not dangerous.
Okay, not dangerous, not serious. And the other one?
If it's awful or dangerous,
Okay.
stronger you
Okay, a dangerous situation. So I understand that you want to say B is stronger.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you. Good. This is stronger. Next one. Yes, please.
Mary should go to work today. Mary must go to work today. Mary must.
Mary must. Thank you. Mary must. It is stronger. Next one.
We've got to go to class. We've ought to go to class. We ought to go to class.
Which is stronger? We have ought to go or we ought to go? Just wait. There is one speaker. Yeah, what do you think? We have got to go or we ought to go? You remember? Should?
Ought to.
Have ought to? Have
Advise.
good. Okay. So this is stronger.
A.
This is stronger. Thank you. Yes, please.
I have to go to the post office. I should go to the post office. Please.
I have to go and I should.
No, I have
What do you think? There is one speaker. Give her a chance. I'm discussing it with Samahir. Samahir, what do you think? I have to go, I should go. Which one is stronger? A is stronger. You are right. Thank you. This is stronger. Number 5. Yes, please.
We shouldn't go into that room. We mustn't go into that room. We mustn't because they are dangerous.
Thank you. And finally, yes.
You would better not go there alone. You shouldn't go there alone.
Thank you. Another exercise. Time is over. Still, 3 minutes. I can take you a trip to the moon and back again. We can do the exercise. Yes, please. Start. Read the introduction.
Complete sentences with should or must have to. In some sentences, other one is possible, but the meaning is different. Discuss the differences of.
So we may have more than one right answer. Go on. Number 1.
If you want to become a doctor, you must or you have to go
Very
to
good.
medical
Must is
school.
good. A good answer.
Yes.
Have.
Have to.
2 is a good answer. Thank you. Number 2.
I don't have enough money to take the bus, so I have to walk home.
Okay.
I have to walk out.
I have to. I have to. Good. Thank you very much.
Doctor is teacher.
I have. Do you think must is accepted here?
Yes.
Yes, but have to is much
Yes.
better. Yeah. Go on.
Walking is a good exercise. You say you want to get more exercise. You should walk to and from work instead of taking the bus.
Thank you very much. Good.
should.
So you should walk.
Yes, it's a
Number
good
6.
idea.
Number 6. Yeah.
We should go to Colorado for a week.
Okay. Thank you. Should.
ليش مش نصيحة؟
What do you think? What about have to and must? They are also possible.
Have to.
Okay, but this is better.
According
But this is better. Next one.
الثلاثة.
Okay, I have to. But you know, according to my advisor, I think should is better. But also have to and must are accepted. Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Teacher.
Yeah. Next one.
A rice must have water in order to grow.
Thank you.
Or has to.
Must or has to. Good.
Yes.
And next one.
The pie is very good. You should try at least.
Look.
Yes.
You should. You should try. Good.
Yes.
You should. You should try. And finally,
The pie is excellent. You must try it.
you must. Look. You must.
Yes.
Look. Very good. You should. Excellent.
Must.
You must. And now we can say goodbye. Thank you very much for today.